Good morning.
Good morning.
This is State of the Whips, part 2.
Yes.
So, it's a fresh day.
Yes.
We don't have planes flying overhead like Top Gun. There is a lawnmower outside, so.
It's not near as bad.
No,
We're loud, so.
I don't think he'll be near here. So, Michelle has something she needs to explain. Wait, pause. You can find me, if you're new here, this is not a normal podcast episode. We're going through all of our whips from knitting, crochet, cross stitch, and quilting. So this is just our giant whip parade for 2025.
Yes.
But if you want to see us, we do have regular podcast episodes. If you just want a shorter form content, you can find me on Instagram as Hannah's Knit Cottage and on Ravelry as Hannah072.
And I am Southern Comfort Casey on Ravelry, Wool Market Fibers on Facebook and Instagram. And as she said, that this is not our normal podcast.
Yes.
With that being said, with all these ginormous whips we have, this is a judgment-free zone.
Yes. Yes. No judgment on the amount of whips. If you have a whip that you particularly like, please do let us know. That gives us motivation to be like, hey, let's get this finished so we can show this off on the podcast.
Exactly. Or if we're at, if we're riding the fence on what we should do, whether we're going to take it off the needles, reclaim the yarn, and turn it into something else or finish it, let us know in the comments below, please. We appreciate it. We'd love to see it so we know what we're doing next.
Yes. Yes. This is,
Okay, so Hannah says I have to explain something.
Yes. So this is part 2. So part 1, we started with knitting and crochet. I've gone through all of my knitting whips. Michelle is in the midst of her knitting whips. So we had just finished up Michelle's bag of, what was the first one you did? You did blankets?
We did all the blankets.
We did all crochet, and I think you only had crochet blankets, maybe a couple of knitted blankets.
I had one tote of crochet blankets, 2 knitted blankets, and I found one in a tote upstairs last night. And then...
And one more blanket?
One more blanket. So that makes 10. Sorry. And then, after I had done those blankets the other day, we were working on my socks. I was up to 17. Last night, when I was looking for my crocheted sweater, I found 4 more pairs of socks.
Does that include the Stephen West socks?
The bubbles, that was part of the 4.
Okay. So 1,
his brioche and bubbles.
3, 4. So now Michelle is up to 21 sock whips. Okay. Judgment-free zone. We're Michelle, I've known Michelle for years now, and I rarely see the same whip twice.
Right.
Unless we're working on it together.
And everybody always asks when they come in, I've never seen that. Is that new? I'm like, no.
And so I've been joking. I'm like, Michelle, we need to get all of your whips out. And then it became, let's do a whip parade. And it became, we're going to call it the state of the whips. Like, what is the state of all of our whips?
She really didn't. And I tried to tell her, I have a lot. I literally have a lot that I've been working through, rotating for quite a while now. And then when she saw them the other day, I thought I was going to have to pick her up off the floor. You were forewarned.
Yes, I thought we were gonna have 100 whips, but we haven't.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It just looks like it because some of these are bulky, so it takes up more room in the tote box than it should. So.
And with that, we're about to get started. So thank you for listening to our rambling here. It's first thing in the morning.
We have to catch up everybody who didn't watch the first one. So
with that, I will put links to things in the description box. I don't know if I'm going to put photos in the screen or not because it's just such a massive thing.
Yeah, I think the list.
Yeah. So just to get the whip parade as quick as possible out there. I'm not going to have a ton of details in the description box because it's going to be a lot. And if you see just a Google link down there, it means that it didn't fit in the description box. And if you click the Google, it'll be a Google document where you can view the document and then you can make a copy to your drive to have if you wanted to find a certain item. But if you just want to go look for a certain whip, you would just view the document and you could click the link and get to it. So,
or message us on Facebook.
Yes, Facebook, Instagram.
Yes,
Ravelry. We are happy to help.
Yes.
So with that, are you ready to get started, Michelle?
Okay. Oh, drum
So
roll.
this is general whips, right?
These are general whips, you know.
And we've
gowns
already
and
found
sweaters.
2 she's gonna frog.
Yeah, 2. Well, 2 I've already frogged. One's 2 rounds to being finished. So these are things I'm not gonna pull out because they're just too far gone.
Yeah.
So, all right. Here we go. This bag is Whimsy Stitches. I got it at a show a few years ago when I bought Doug a bag for him because he was learning to knit. So I got us each one. This is a brioche knit hat.
That's cute.
And anybody who's ever done it knows it takes a very long time, though I love the end result. And I wanted to show off this yarn.
Wow.
This is Sunday Cozy Vibes by Wool Market Fibers. I love that colorway because I love the brown and the cobalt blue that's in there.
What's the pattern?
The pattern is, I can get it open because it's all folded and wrinkled. Yellow. It's called the Spiral Brioche Hat.
Spiral brioche hat.
Yes.
It's very cool.
You can find it on Ravelry. If I remember correctly, it's free, but don't quote me on it because it's been a while.
All right, general whip number 1.
All right, now this one I am truly on the fence about because this was for a class that I was taking when I was at the old shop. This has been a very long time. It was a class on sweaters, and it had to be a seamed sweater.
Oh.
Yes. So, now I have grown out since then, so I'm not quite sure if this sweater is going to fit.
That's gorgeous.
I have the back done, I have the sleeves done, and was in the middle of the both right and left fronts.
Could you do an insert on the side to give you a little extra room?
I'm not sure, maybe.
And then that would make it fit? Because this is gorgeous, Michelle. What pattern is this, do you know?
This is Autumn Morning, and it was a pattern from Knit Picks. You could find it on Ravelry. This is the back. Now, I've done this back twice because when I first did it, one of the cables was going the opposite direction, and I was told, oh, leave it, nobody will notice. Wrong.
Yeah, I mean, in this
This was like a ginormous dandelion in a sea of green grass. So Michelle frogged it back, fixed the mistake, and in 2 days came right back to the very end. So
I bet
so
you could
there's
either
that.
find somebody who's that size or
Yeah.
add a panel, unless you're worried about the arms being too small.
And
That would be
there's
whatever.
my sleeves, and I am currently
old school.
working on the 2 fronts, and it just sort of has been sitting in my cedar chest.
This is old school wool, the Andes, Bramble Heather.
By Knit Picks.
The old labels.
Yes, the old labels. Definitely. That tells you how old it is.
So-
and you can see cedar shavings.
Hey, as long as it's kept safe.
Yes.
So let us know in the comments. Should she
What should I do about it?
modify it, finish it as is, or frog it?
Let me know. Because I am...
Would be a good, well, it's not in Wool Market Fibers, but it could be a good store sample.
It could. Because, you know, it's a worsted weight. So any worsted weight that's here will work for this.
Do you have a decent selection of worsted weight?
I do. Mm-hmm.
And we don't
Yep.
have any worsted samples.
And if I don't have a color that you want, whether it be a hand dye or, you know, something from major brands like Barocco or Plymouth or anything like that, let me know and I can order it for you. All right, my dear.
All right. Number
This
3.
one had been,
Do you want me to put this back in the bag?
yeah, you can if you want to. I just wanted to get it out of the
Help
way.
keep everything contained here.
Now, this one, because it's a doll.
It's really cute.
It's a dolly. This
I
is
love
by
these colors.
This is by Claire Farland, and she has an Etsy page. I have gotten some purse patterns from her that I really fell in love with, and it's done flat and seamed. So you start at the head and work your way down to the legs, which is where I've gotten. And there's her little drawers. Well, I got excited and started the little dress. And this is as far as I've gotten on the little dress.
Okay, Michelle, you have to finish that.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna finish it. I just couldn't find it. It was upstairs. Have you ever seen my upstairs attic? Oh my. Yes. It is quite a bit. So all of this is acrylic because it's, you know, generally suited for children. And this way you can throw it in the wash machine when they get it dirty, drag it through the mud, puke on it, that kind of thing. So very easy care. Yes, this one I will definitely finish. It'll go to one of the great nieces that I have in the family. So there's that one.
That was number 3.
That was number 3. This one, oh, I should never do this. I pulled this out when I was freezing because we all do that. And I kept thinking, golly, my arms are cold. So I ran through my stash and pulled out this pattern. And it's, I'm sorry, I can't not remember the name of the pattern. And I know it's not in English anyway. So if you recognize this on Ravelry, it is a free pattern. And it's very long, up to your elbows. Yeah, arm warmers and fingerless mitts. And this is where I'm at now, at the bottom section. I did screw up one of the color work parts, so I pulled it back, and it's at the stage where that's where it's sitting. It's in the see you later, I'll get back to you in a minute pile. And it's in here somewhere. Uh-oh. Well, anyway, it really is in here, I promise. But this whole bag is full of all the yarn that goes with this right here. This I will finish.
You will finish.
I will finish. I promise. I will finish. I like it.
You heard it
because
here.
it's
She promised.
DKs and sports. And sometimes you can double up on the fingering to get a DK. And sometimes I've had to, where I didn't have to double up this the fingering to get it so I can keep it at sport. So it's been working out pretty well. This one I started a couple of years ago. This is by Lavish Craft. This is the Moon Dragon capelet.
Oh, okay, I have seen this one before.
Oh my gosh, you've seen
I know, I'm like, I've seen this one before. We had talked about this because this is the one that looks like dragon scales, right?
Yes, it does. And it's all cool. Knitted. And when I first started this, I had just gotten to the first 3 rounds of this pattern, and one of my customers came in, a really good friend of ours. She says, oh, I have some sequins you can put in it. So I moved it off to the side until, you know, I saw her next, and she brought it in, and
that was a good call.
Brought the sequined carry-along, which I am incorporating as I knit. So I'm doing them with the Malabrigo worsted. This is Agus. It's a beautiful green, and it fits very well with,
oh my goodness,
this pattern. I love it. It's not hard. It's just time consuming and very long because there's like, you know, 400 stitches on this puppy.
Are you increasing or decreasing?
Right now I'm just going even, so I'm not there yet. And you will, as you go up the neck, it'll start decreasing, but
okay.
I'm still at the body part. And you work everything from the wrong side. So when you're knitting it, you're literally looking at this, the knitted part.
And then you have the purl side as the actual dragon scales.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So when you get it finished, then when you block it, then she shows pictures on how to do that. But it's just time consuming. and it's got a huge chart to go with it. You can go along with the chart or the text.
Sorry, that's a cool one. You've got to get that one.
Oh yeah, this one will be done. For one of those years, I end up in the Renaissance Festival.
Well, say imagine because around in the local area here, there is a Highland Games, and I feel like people would so be okay with that because people do kind of dress up like it's a Renaissance Fest, even though it's not quite one.
Right.
I feel like that would fit. I feel like imagine like a store sample because you do carry the Malabrigo. And having that in the store. And
I've been actively looking for the thread with the sequins just in case. So far, nobody's got it.
Yeah, it's very select.
Yeah,
like usually when people carry it, it's because they're making it themselves.
Well, it's very few yarn companies have it.
Yeah.
If they're distributing the fluffy stuff, the hairy yarns, the sequins, or the yarns that's got little beads in it, that kind of thing. And I don't think it's circled around to, kind of like how your clothes are circling back to the 70s with bell bottoms and that kind of thing. Well, that's what this has not gotten to that point yet. So
yeah, we're still in our mohair Surrey.
Yes, so we're going to
color
circle
changing
into it.
So that was number 5.
Yes.
This looks like a sock whip.
Oh my gosh, it is. Oh dear.
I saw the needle sticking out of the bag. What is it? No, you have to show us now.
Well,
oh no.
It's all right. One of the tails just got through.
I saw the needle sticking out, and she's like, "Yeah, I always know my sock whips."
Oh my God,
when the
you
needle
know
sticks
what
out.
this is.
So I do.
Yes.
The Contrast Blast Socks by Stephen West that I finished 2 years ago. We started these together 2 years ago.
Yes, we did. Now
look how far she is.
I am to the foot. I will finish it. What I'm thinking I'll do is get to the end of the round for these little, what do you call those?
They're almost like chevrons.
Yeah, it's kind of like angled chevron. Well, I think what I'm going to do is just do the, plain stripe it and get it done because I'm halfway through.
You need to do the pattern because the end of the pattern is cool.
Okay.
It's
all
cool.
right.
It's
all
cool.
right.
It's my favorite part about that pattern actually.
Okay.
I almost would go back and reknit a pair of those.
Well, and if you notice, I did not put the cables in because, frankly, the cables that he had originally in the sock made absolutely no sense because it didn't go anywhere. It just all of a sudden it was like let's throw it in. So I didn't. Yeah, I know, but it didn't fit the rest of the sock.
I did have some problems with my cabling on my pair. It caused some fit issues for mine, which is probably now that they're broken in, they're fine, but they weren't when I first made them.
Right. And that was
so
the other reason why I didn't put them in.
Is this a new whip or is this counted in the 4 you found?
Obviously, this is not counted as the 4 I found. Okay, sorry. Okay.
22 pairs of socks.
Oh, dear. If you're bored with nothing to do and she loves socks, she really does, you could just walk over to the box, grab a pair of socks and start knitting them. Can finish out my socks because you are so much faster. You'll be done next week.
And then I have more on the podcast. I have a new cast on planned. I am having a cast on party next week.
Yeah.
Decided.
Yes.
There's a pattern I've been oogling for like probably 4 or 5 months at this point, and I think it's getting released next month. Not next month, next week.
You should have seen her the other day. It was pretty entertaining.
I've never knitted a pattern the day it launched. I guess. Well, okay. Actually, this is where we say maybe this is a bad omen because I started the twist and turn shawl the day it launched.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Now, to be fair, the twist and turns is a Stephen West blanket. shawl.
It's a
This is a sweater. It's a pullover.
So I also started the contrast blast socks, I think, the day they started. And I finished those. They had some issues, but I did finish them.
Yes.
I feel like with his, because it's a mystery, it doesn't always get tested by enough people.
Yeah.
So sometimes there are
And he's
issues.
constantly pushing out stuff.
Right. That I think if he slowed down a little, and I feel like we've seen him slow down a smidge this year. So
Yeah, but that's because he's doing garments.
We haven't heard anything about the mystery sock along for this year.
No, and he just put out another pullover.
Yeah. They're doing that bulky weight. They put on new yarn.
Chunky stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't, but there was and this one's a plain raglan sleeve. He just put out fur rib pullover. So there's 2 in the last, and he just put out 2 shawls. So there's 4. It's almost like one a week. So I don't think he's slowed down.
Maybe I'm just out of the loop. That's
yeah.
probably
That's because you've been
working.
She's been stalking Caitlin Hunter. That's why.
I love Caitlin Hunter patterns. I do. If I thought I would look good in it, I would have been all over that big bobble crop. I love it, but I know I will look like a beached whale in it. I'm like, I cannot. All right, we gotta get back on your whips. This is your segment of the show.
Oh my. Well, we're almost through it. I promise. All right. This bag is made by Moi.
It's very beautiful.
It's one of my first, when I was first bag making. All right, this I got put in timeout. It's a hat, and this is flannel. It's a colorway flannel by Wool Market Fibers. Excuse me. It is worsted weight. That's what I had on my brain. And this pattern is called A Twisted Reflection by the Inky Knitter Designs. This one I'll get to. It's a lot of twisted right and left twist stitches.
So it's definitely a slow go.
It's slow, definitely. But I had to frog back a couple of rounds because Michelle got cocky and misread the pattern, so I had to frog back. So it was sitting in the sitting in the see you later pile. I did get back to it for about half a minute.
We just need to go through your whips and like start prioritizing them and say like you have a whip of the week or something. And and you get so much done on it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
until it's done. It's the whip of the week until it's done, and then we put a new whip of the week, and we just.
Yeah, 1 day a week or 1 whole week.
Like we make a plan of like, okay, if I do this much a day on it or this much a week on it.
Oh right.
Until it's done, and then you can be knitting on your other things.
I could sit with this box and close my eyes and pull out a bag and work on that for the whole day, and then the next day move this to another.
But then they're never going to get done still because you have so many.
I know. That's why I have so many.
I know. This is where she and I are different. Like I'm like my 8. I'm like I gotta narrow this down, and she's like,
no. I'm just flitting all over the place like a butterfly.
That's fine. We all craft our own way.
Now, this is a shawl, and I have a few in the whip pile. This is Combinatorix.
I'm gonna put this on the screen.
Yes, please.
Combinatorix shawl.
This was a knit along at one time, but when I came along, it was already put out. So,
oh, that's gorgeous.
My issue is, and I don't know why I picked this pattern, knowing that Lace and I kind of don't get along. And it's all done with Wool Market Fibers tweed.
How far along are you?
We have sky blue and natural.
Is this fingering weight tweed?
It's all fingering weight. All right, grab that side.
This is really cool.
Oops,
That lace.
Okay, I'll take this. You take that.
It's really gorgeous.
Now she gives you 2 sizes, large and small. And for me, small does nothing. So I'm going to keep going to the large. But
small
again,
gets it off the wood pile.
Well, that's true. But I could use it as a display. And
Yeah.
all right.
Or give it to somebody. Because some people do like small shawls. Not me, but you know, somebody. I like big ones too, but
Yeah. Yep.
that's
So
what
there's
that's
this
why I
one.
know who
All
Stephen
right.
West is.
Should I keep going, or should I do the small and get it off and call it a day and get it out of my inventory? Let me know. Let me know, because I will do what you say.
This is the episode where y'all are allowed to be as opinionated as you want to be, because like without judgment, but just like, yes, you should do
Give
this.
me
No,
some
you
great
shouldn't.
suggestions. Yes.
I feel like some people might have to have like time-stamped comments to be like this whip and then this whip and this whip. And that's fine. YouTube lets you do that.
This is my this was my first what do you call this?
Project bag?
Scrappy.
Oh, scrappy project.
My scrappy project bag. And another bag done by me. And this really needs to go for car riding knitting.
Ooh, what kind of yarn is that?
This is buttercream. It's a mohair metallic.
This is whip number 8 for the general.
This is a bulky weight. I don't think they make this any longer. But
Very interesting.
yeah, it's one of Miss Judy's bias cowls.
Oh.
And
Miss Judy is a lady who comes in the store.
I
We
love her
Miss
to
Judy.
death. I love her to death. And she loves these cowls because I'm always putting them, grafting the ends together for her. And she likes these because these are mindless TV knitting. So it's very biased. You know, increase on one side, decrease on the other. And I got this far, but I started to get
Bored.
bored.
But okay, yeah.
So
how did you
I'm
like
gonna
the-
put this in the car, and this will be everywhere I go when Mr. Wool Market Fibers is driving to the store, across town. I will knit because I always knit in the car. So this will be my car riding. My
and
car.
that'll get done in no time.
And yes, because I've done that before.
And you
things
really, I
have-
mean, like, you could say, okay, I don't want it to be a double wrap. I just do a single wrap and just.
Because yeah, I'm gonna do it until I run out of yarn and then graft it and call it good.
Okay, so you're gonna use the whole.
Yeah. So we're about halfway through, I guess. So that one's done.
I recognize this bag.
This one,
I know this one too.
are you sure you know this whip?
This is the Dragon Shawl, Bee King of Cottontails and Whiskers.
It's crocheted. And this is done with beautiful jewel toned Red Heart Unforgettable. This is for my sister-in-law.
Is that yarn discontinued?
No,
Okay.
I looked it up. It is definitely a yarn eater.
Yeah. That looks so stunning.
Isn't that gorgeous?
In that yarn too, it just makes it look like the scales are iridescent.
Exact. Yes, definitely. It's definitely a yarn eater. This pattern is slow only because I'm new to how this particular stitch pattern works. And you've got to stay right on cue with where you end, where you start, how you decrease, that kind of thing. So
What weight
yeah.
yarn is it?
This is a worsted weight yarn, and when this section gets done, then you work on the neck, and then there's literally a dragon head at the other end.
Oh my goodness.
You have to look it up.
Okay.
You have to look it up. I've been
Fine.
intrigued by some of her patterns, so I did buy a few.
Does she have one that's just the neck? Or could you do it
No.
just the neck?
You probably could, but you want to extend this because what he's doing is when you're wrapping this around your neck, part of this goes in his mouth and hangs out where his tail is. So that's
I need to
probably
get with you on your dragon patterns. No, like it's not even for me.
I
There's-
have another that's knitted, but I frogged that one yesterday, so he's not in the whip pile. He's not in the whip pile.
I guess that was a fluff of something. I thought I saw something flying, but I guess it's a fluff.
No bugs. It's
Okay.
probably just fluff from all the yarn.
think that was number 9. I hope I have it counted correctly.
I think so, yes. Oh dear. All
And
right.
this is number 10.
Yes. Now, let me know what you think about this one. This one, I was going along and going along and going along. This is called Lavender Lake. And I'm sorry, I can't remember the designer's name. Come to find out, the complaints about this pattern is that it came out smaller than people thought it should. And
It's gorgeous in this yarn, though.
yes,
Is this going to be a shawl or a
yeah,
cowl?
it's a shawl. This is Harvest by Wool Market Fibers and Natural in the Nude, and I paired them for this.
And it looks gorgeous, the two together.
So I got a little discouraged that here I'm working on this shawl and come to find out it's going to be short.
It looks like it could be a yarn eater. Just the stitch pattern would maybe eat a little more yarn, so you wouldn't get as much out of your 2 balls of yarn as
Could
what
be,
you would
but
anticipate.
nobody really ever said how they would. I guess you could continue this, but if you're trying to stay along with the stitch count for, there's going to be a separate solid section that has a different pattern to it. So I think that's why I quit.
Could you take it and make it a cowl?
I don't know.
Maybe seam up this side of it this way.
Well, then you would turn it and wear it this way.
Yeah, that actually is a good size
Yeah.
to do
So
it
you-
that way, and
so
then you
you
have that nice
probably
clean
could.
edge, and then whip is done.
Oh, there you go. Alrighty. Let us know what you think I should do.
No longer discouraged.
Right.
Shop model. It's Wool Market Fibers yarn. I'm just like, Michelle, we're getting these.
We're getting these done.
I'm just sorry, I twisted you
Yes.
there.
No, you're fine.
But seriously, I mean, you could just add a little bit of extra edge to connect the two, and just
Yeah.
have a bandana cowl. Call it
Yeah.
in.
Oh yeah, we can call it good. All right.
Mark it for a finish, if you want. Not to be the friend who pressures you.
This is a cowl that I pull out and I'll work on it a few rows, few rounds. And I found the pattern, which I know is hard to see. I'm using,
Oh, wait, this needs to go in the other bag.
okay. I'm using Palette by Knit Picks, and this is Wisdom Poems, discontinued, but I liked the two colors together.
They play really nice.
They are. This is a color work pattern. It's a Fair Isle, so to speak. And I found the pattern in a machine knit.
Oh.
So I don't know if you can see all that, but there's a flower there, and then there's diamonds here. And I'm almost to the end of the 42 row repeat. And then I'll just keep repeating it until the cowl is probably about 26, 28 inches long. I will then take this end to the live edge end right here, and I will graft the two together like a tube, but it's all color work.
Look at those pretty floats.
And there's my insides.
That, if you've never seen the floats, when you can see the design on the inside as clearly as the outside, it means you have good floats.
So I do pull this out and work on it a few rows at a time. My Fair Isle knitting is very slow because I'm not as, I can English knit as a thrower, but I'm slow at it. And I'm very conscious about needing to have my floats loose enough so that I really don't have to do any aggressive blocking to try and alleviate puckers, even though that's not gonna fix the issue when you're tight knitting. So
I think it was cool.
And off a machine knit, and literally all you see are, if you've ever seen a machine knit card, they've got holes in it.
Oh, so you just took where the holes were and just charted it. Wow.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, I surely did.
Put this one with the last one.
I will. And I did have it over there, so but I left it in the bag over there, so you can't. So I
okay.
couldn't have, I forgot to put it in here
That's okay.
that I needed to. All right, we have another bag by me.
Number 12.
I had bad luck selling these bags, so I decided to keep them.
They're cool.
This is a very old pattern. It's an Olivia cowl. It's done flat and seamed, grafted at the other end.
Is this a bias cowl?
It is another bias cowl.
Bulky weight yarn?
It's worsted weight.
Oh,
it's by
it's a fluffy worsted.
it's by Malabrigo. But the pattern's discontinued, and I was just getting a little bored with it because it's, you know, the same 16, 12 row repeat.
That might be a card. Well, I'm
This
not going
will
to be
be-
card knitting, but like I do a repeat a day.
Right.
Deal.
Yes. So this will go in a bag. I'm going to go through all of mine, since I really did truly, when she talked about doing this segment, I went through and I literally sat down and said, okay, seriously, you've got more than the law allows. Does this bring you joy? Seriously, if it does not, and you're not gonna finish it, I just said to heck with it. And I was, you know, purging projects, getting my needles back. This one, what I'm gonna do with all the rest of these now is that I'm gonna go back through them again. This one will be in the finished pile. So I'm gonna put these in a, you know, every one that's close to being done, they're gonna go in one box. And this is the box I need to work on to get them finished. And then go on to the next one.
That'd be good.
Yes. We are close. Okay.
Lucky number 13.
And 14.
And 14.
Okay. There's two in this bag. This is a shawl bag made by, Will Market Fibers. And I was really excited about this, and
I'm getting excited about this. I saw the colors. I'm sorry.
now I know who to give it to, because when I first started this, I had Patty in mind, and then I found out Patty wasn't a shawl person.
Oh.
So it went in the see you later pile.
Oh my goodness.
It's called Books and Bridges. Did I write down who by who?
I'm kind of about to look at this pattern because like it's gorgeous.
All right, so if you like brioche, you will like this pattern. Nope, this ain't it. Sorry. It's in here, I know it is. Haha. Yes. Christine Snellman,
Books and Bridges.
Books and Bridges.
Okay, we gotta hold this up.
Yes.
So they can understand why I'm like, is this a Wool Market Fibers colorway?
They're all, this one is not, sad to say, but she had beautiful yarns. It's a discontinued colorway.
Aww.
Lord knows, I'm sorry it's been a while, because it's been sitting in my stash for
this.
about 8-9 years.
This is like unicorn rainbows and
Right.
brioche. We love it. Okay, I'm gonna get them in closer. Look at
Go
this
right in.
colorway, y'all.
Isn't that gorgeous? And what it does is, if you see the brioche, if it was one color here, it shifts, and on the next section the other color comes out.
So it alternates.
So it
through.
alternates in
That's so
every
cool.
one of these here.
So this
all
is
the way
just two
through.
skeins of fingering.
Yep, 2 skeins of
This
fingering.
is a cool pattern.
And I'm about 3/4 of the way through, but I just was a little disappointed, even though it's her favorite color. So this is what I get for assuming we should never do that. But now that I know she likes it, I'll finish it.
I might even be persuaded to finish this for you. It is so gorgeous.
If you like that. Well, now we know who's getting it. Yay! Whew, finally. I can get excited about knitting it again.
I was right, it is lucky.
It is.
I'm kidding.
This one isn't near as far. This
is
one
cute too.
is more of a toned down color. It's, again, Wool Market Fibers tweed. No, I lied. It's not tweed. This is linen, and I'm not sure if he had a color for this, but if somebody figures it out, let me know, and I'll put a color name on it.
Can we call it Life is Like a Box of Chocolates?
We could.
Because you see, it looks like a Valentine's chocolates.
Yeah.
See, it's got the little brown flecks in it.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those. You remember the chocolate cherries that you used
Yeah,
to get?
yeah, that's what I was
cordial cherries.
Yes.
So okay, cordial cherries it is, and again, it's the same pattern, but it was more toned down, and people didn't seem to be as happy about it, and that might be why I quit working on it.
I think.
But this one's definitely gonna get, the first one's definitely gonna get finished.
I mean, I think they're both cool. But yeah, this color just needs to re-exist somewhere. I need it
to re-exist somewhere.
Imagine that as like this with a white Surrey
Oh
held
yeah.
with it as a pullover.
Because it's got your favorite hot pink in there. But she really does look good with it, if you notice.
There's
really
my
does.
black, sorry. for
Oh
discussion.
yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay. I might allow that. Here's your.
You almost could wear it to church. Is that
Oh,
going
I
to be
could.
too?
I so would.
Is that going to be too?
I started wearing my hand knits to church because I figured out how to tuck my sweaters without pulling them, you know?
Oh
And
yeah.
tuck them and wear them over dresses.
Mhm. Okay, we're
So,
good.
they know me.
Yay! Good, good, good.
God made all the colors, so why can't we wear the colors to church? That's,
Right.
you know, as long as we're not being distracting to why we are there, you know? No problem.
No problem. All right.
I mean, I'm not going to walk in with like,
We're up to
giant
the
hat,
last 3. You hear me? The last 3.
all right, number 15.
All right, we'll start with this one because it's a Stephen West.
I knew there had to be some Stephen, because we haven't seen your Stephen West cardigans or anything.
No, they're probably back there amongst the.
We'll let her pass this state of the lips.
Please. As you can see, this is very. This was his Walk-It. It's a cowl. It's done in fingering weight.
Oh, wow. Flip it to the other side, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was showing you the back side, but it's almost reversible.
It's almost reversible, yeah.
This section is time consuming because of the front and back cables that are back to back within one row, and then you've got 2 plain rows, and then you're doing it again. First off, it's back and then front and then back. So it became very time consuming, but this is what gives it that honeycomb effect. But this is Walk-It, and it does come with 2 other colors, but I had them off to the other side. This one's Malabrigo, and I had a Wool Market Fibers and I think a Teeny Button Studio going with it, just because they all melded together, and that's what I was trying to do, is find enough contrasting yarns but work well. So this one eventually will get pulled back out to work on. This one is a bag by Whimsy Stitches, and this is some discontinued yarn. This is Classic Elite. I was in love with their yarns, but they retired and closed their company probably 11 years ago. Well, I have a ton of it. And I wanted to see, I fell in love with this particular colorway, and I wanted to see what it would look like in a pair of mittens. I have a book, it's Patton's Next Steps 7, and it deals with how to knit mittens and gloves on 4 needles, double points. It talks about worsted weight, DK weight, and fingering weight, and the patterns that go with those particular weighted yarns. You know me, if you know me, you know I love cables. And there's the cable for this one. Now, I literally am almost done, and I should not have stopped. I could be done. Well, I still got the thumbs.
Put that over there in your work set. Sorry, so behind the camera, she has her little work set up for at work. I'm like, that needs to go right there and be done before the weekend's up.
Michelle Denise.
Yes.
So the reason why they're not done is because I have to pull them back because they became too short for my fingers kept. I thought I had gauged it correctly.
Right.
So I had to rip them back. And yes, I do them 2 at a time on 2 circulars instead of magic loop. Don't ask me why. It's some kind of weird method to my madness. When I do socks, I do them on magic loop, but when I do mittens, they got to be on 2 circulars. I tried it on magic loop, and it was not working.
Sometimes it's what your brain, the workflow works.
It must be, because I can whip out mittens on 2 circulars like nobody's business. But yes, okay, over to the work table. Michelle will work on those today. This is an experiment.
This is number 17.
Okay, this is an experiment. And I am knitting a cowl that I will have to graft. And as you can see, I did a crocheted chain, and then I picked up from the back ridge of the chains to make my provisional cast-ons, so that when I go to put these on needles to graft it, I can just unpick and take off the stitches as I go. This will be a cowl.
Is there a pattern associated with this, or is this just your own made up?
It is one I found out of a stitch book. And I'm sorry, I have so many stitch pattern books that I literally cannot keep them all straight. Let me get, my needles got a little goofy. Sorry. All right, here we go, folks. You know Michelle loves cables.
It's a gorgeous cable pattern. It's a long cable chart too.
Yes. Now, the cable pattern was charted, and Michelle transcribed it into text so that I could whoop on through it. But I would say 2 more repeats possibly, or till the end of this yarn that I've had sitting in my stash for 15, 20 years. It's acrylic. I do a lot of my experiments in acrylic because I know it's easy care again. It's just for me. Maybe one day when I write it up. But there we are. That's me. So there's the end.
Shall we honorable mention your sweaters really quick?
Okay.
I'm gonna write sweaters.
Okay.
And we're gonna have to do a sweater braid. Maybe we'll do it for our sweater make along. We'll pull out your sweater whips.
Right.
Do
I still mention it?
Yeah, just mention them here
Okay.
so we can have an accurate whip count.
Oh my, until I start a new one, because you're doing your sweater thingy. Yeah, soon. All right. So sweater number 1, I have sitting over in my workplace over here as I'm pointing to the table. That is Beaufort 5 from Isabel Kramer. It's being knit on a sport weight Galway in a, what does that look like? Teal green, aqua green, aqua color.
It's like a blue green that leans more blue.
Right. I think it's a discontinued color. I tried looking it up and I couldn't find it anywhere. But Galway still does, they still do sport weight yarn, but they just not that particular color. So that's number 1. Number 2 is Stephen West, the Garter Marler. That's the cardigan for me. We have the Stephen West waffle for Doug. That's 3. Was that it? 3.
Oh, and your Jethro.
The Jethro.
Not Jethro, Getty.
The Getty tee.
Getty
yes,
tee.
I haven't done the Jethro. The Ariana, it's a crocheted and knit sweater. That's from Barocco. Supposed to be done in Lannis, but I'm doing it in Noro and trimming it out in Lannis. So how many was that? 5?
And then we're both doing the Getty tee by Tana Slavely.
Yes.
See what our CD mentioned. So yeah, 5 sweaters.
5 sweaters.
So Michelle's, we have 22 plus 10 is 32. 32 plus 5 is 37. 37 plus 17 would be 54.
We kept it under 100. Yay.
Okay, so I think we're gonna film a separate segment that's gonna have all of our quilting and cross stitch and needlepoint together, because this is almost an hour long. So we'll probably have 3 nights of State of the Whip.
I told you it would.
I believed her. It just, life has happened. So anyway, we appreciate you being here. Appreciate if you made it to the end of the video. Let us know what whip you liked the best.
Absolutely. Please let us know.
Let us know what Michelle should work on next.
What I should purge.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll see you for State of the Whips round 3.
Yay.
Bye.